Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to get started on the Mezco 112 Collective Batman Supreme Knights Blue MDX. So, let's get started. I gotta honestly say, I've really been enjoying these Supreme Knights. I really like, I guess, old man Batman. It's a thing and it's a hit for me. You know what I mean? But without further ado, let's jump into the coolness that is our blue and gray styled Batman. So yeah. We gotta start by saying we have the tactical look that was very similar to that of the PX exclusive one, but we have a completely different tactical design. While our grays are similar, our armor and tactical look are different. So it's pretty cool because now we have these new outlines in the chest, the waist, the arms and leg areas. We come back with knee pads that the PX did not have, but like the other Shadow Edition, it did. So, and the regular release too. But we have a nice, cool, matte, dark gray, whereas the PX was a metallic gray. So these differences are going to set you apart in the styling of your lighting and how you want your Batman. Plus we have our symbol swapping, which is always a big plus. It's kind of going to pave the way for your Batman. If you are a Batman fan, this is probably going to be one of those ones you definitely want, because symbol swapping is just super fun. And the yellow belt, I always love the yellow belt. I like it. It breaks up the monotone of just two tones. So you get a nice blend of different stuff, and it's pretty cool. Now, here we have our non-wired cape, looking real good. It can actually drape over with no problem. You can see here. So your non-wired cape, you can get the Dark Knight look, or you can fold it back, as you saw that I previously did. Let's let it sit and flow naturally. And then we look good. Either way, we have a nice look. And then we can also swap our capes, but we'll get to that later. Now, as far as our look, if you go in the back, we have our handle for our grapple gun, which would be pretty cool. Our belt can be moved and wiggled around, so you don't have to worry about it sitting in one spot or worry about damaging it because you're going to do extra crazy articulation like I am. You know what I mean? So moving your belt around is always a plus. Plus, there's also room within the suit, as you can see here. So that way it would allow the suit to maneuver a lot better. So articulation wise, we know what we're getting, but if you haven't seen any of the previous videos, let's go over it. Our head can go up. We can look down. And if you see me holding it down, that's because his entire peg is held on by magnets. So that's always fun. We can actually tilt side to side. So we can get a lot of good expression out of Batman being an old grumpy bat. And our arms can hit a T-pose with no problem. As you can see here, we have bicep swivel, which rotates. We also have a double joint, and it's gonna stop there, but you can actually rotate your gauntlet. Allows you to get a little bit of extra room there, so that's pretty good too. You'll have your standard wrist peg articulation, which can rotate around. And then as far as our upper torso, continuing on, we can go left, we can go right, we can go down. We don't get a super deep ab crunch, but it is pretty nice. We can go backwards for some mobility. And our legs, we can actually go pretty far out. They actually left a lot of room to maneuver your Batman going outward. Going forward, we have a full-blown, you can hit it 90 degrees. We are double jointed. You get a, no boot swivel, but you do get boot rotation. You can't go forward, but you can go backwards. And you do get a little room for ankle swivel. Now, this is what gets pretty cool because you can actually get really good poses out of Batman despite his limitations. Now, if it's not super articulated like you like, hey, I ain't nothing I can tell you, but I do know is that you can actually get pretty decent moves out of Batman. This is really nice. You can actually rotate it. Sitting your feet flush may be an issue for some people, but here are some ways around it that you can work around with your Batman by putting it on the heel and planting the other foot flat. And this is going to give you some help when balancing your Batman. As you can see here, he should balance, and let's see how he does. Yeah, there we go. Looking really good. Now that we've covered just about a little bit of the articulation and some of the things you can do, let's take a second and cut to those accessories. So let's get to that. All right, accessory wise. Now, this is where it gets fun and funky, and this is the part that I enjoy because we get to go over all the cool stuff. Now, I'm gonna leave Batman like this, all nice and posed up, and then we're gonna talk about our hand accessories first. So first and foremost, you see the closed fist that we have on Batman with no problem. Then you will have hands that actually hold batarangs. These are going to be your batarang hands. They're going to hold both small and large batarangs. I don't know if you guys can see this very well. There we go. There is an opening between the thumb and the first finger. Then there's our ring finger. There's openings here, so that way you can place batarangs. We'll get back to that in a second. Then you get open action palms. These would allow you to do cool things or look cool with your Batman or placement, or even grab the cape and look really good with your wired cape. Then we have bat accessories hands. This is going to be hands where you want to hold certain bat weapons, with the exception of the grapple gun. And even outside of your regular bat weapons, this will allow you to hold stuff like swords and things like that. So these hands are going to be vital, right? And then you have hands for holding the sonic gun. Batman's technically right-handed, even though he's ambidextrous. He's cool at everything. This is going to be your right hand for Batman for holding the sonic weapon. And then we have a left hand for holding the cannon. I'm going to take out the cannon now so it could look really cool. So here's our sonic cannon. Let's get the hand on there. Hand fits all the way up to the trigger with no problem. And then our left hand is going to hold the barrel and look really good. So as you can see here, it holds very well. You can see the left hand holding up as I'm shaking it out. So there is that. Then this will be your one hand for your grapple weapon. Grapple weapons right here. This is going to be your grapple gun. Holds it with no problem. But since, oh, I like this paint job. I saw it before, but I really like this blue and gold partition on it. It breaks down the colors really nice with the color separation. This is dope. Now, since we're on the note of the grapple gun, I want to talk about the different types of things you get with the grapple gun. There is the hook for closed, right before you use it, obviously. Then we have our open hook that we can see here. Then you're going to get one with string, and this is going to allow you to do cool stuff and even hang them from it. Unfortunately, I know that it can hold it, but I'm going to show you in photos at the end of it. I don't want to unravel this and cause a mess. But once you unravel it, it's pretty easy. And it plugs right in. You just go far with it. Next up, we're going to go over our types of batarangs. So you will get one very large batarang. This is our gold rendition one with a blue outline. This is going to be a lot closer to this symbol, as you can see. This large batarang can be used for anything. This can be your explosive batarang. This can be your bat sword, or, you know, this can be a number of different things. That's pretty cool, and I like it. Next up, we have another batarang. This one is going to be a slightly different design, but this can be used even as a bat shield, in my opinion. I like this. This is one of those, like, I'm going to call this the boomerang batarang. You know what I mean? You get a nice, good chunk of bat out of this, like it's swooping down. But yeah, then we have our smaller batarangs. Now these ones I actually left inside the case because I didn't want to lose any. These are smaller, and these can resemble your other two logos, which I'm going to get to with the chest swapping right now after this. These are going to reminisce of the bigger Dark Knight Returns like symbol, and this is kind of like the slimmer symbol. So yeah. Oh, actually, we'll get to that. The yellow symbol. This can be this one or the next one, and I'll show you right now. So let's get Batman standing straight up. Let's let him look good. Now, we have this symbol on, and it looks really good. We can easily pop that off. Now, the normal Batman didn't have it, but this one does, where you can actually swap out your symbols and get different versions of Batman. And this is what's pretty cool, because you can actually get the big, chunky bat logo across the chest. And this can be because Batman is older, he needs more protection, so he adds that bulletproof parts in the chest. That way it protects him a lot easier. At least that's what we're going by, in my opinion, you know what I mean? But I mean, common sense would be Kevlar can only cover so much. You want a big symbol to protect you outside of your face, because everybody actually aims for this part. So even if you don't want this big logo, you can add one of my favorite logos, the round oval logo. And I really, really love this look. I love this look. This is probably my favorite look. So if you're asking what's my favorite, this one is my favorite look. I love the yellow symbol with blue on it, with the grays. I love it. if it's not going to be this one, it's always going to be black with the yellow symbol. So this being included is a super duper bonus for me. I'm super excited to take pictures of that. But actually, I'm going to leave this one on because I really like it. So there we are with our chest logos. Now, we have a couple other accessories to go with. And then we have this item here. This is sort of like a back kunai that can fold out. You have a larger weapon. This can be used as an offensive and defensive weapon, and I like it. This is one of those neat things that was created that serves a purpose that you wouldn't think you need until you're like, oh, you're Batman. You always have a reason for everything. So this is pretty cool. Then, along with our smaller batarangs, you get sets of 3 to hold that look cool while you're holding them. So you'll get long ones, and then you'll get the stubby bat signals as well. Bat symbols, not signals. Now, last but not least, we're going to go over our head sculpts. So here we have our short ears, grumpy old man. Here we have grit teeth version of our short ears. We're going to get long ears. Looks really good as well, too. Let's bring some more light over. There we go. These look phenomenal. Then you got creepy old man laughter. This is very Dark Knight Returns. And then you have an unmasked head. Shows that Bruce is aging, but he is still 100% grumpy. And then we're going to talk about... oh, I actually forgot. So let's change that. You actually get this too as well, too. This is a nice little smoke screen effect that you will get. It's a nice deep blue with hints of white on it. It's really nice. Flashing light through it seems like it's going to be really, really fun. And actually, well, let's try that on camera, actually. Let's try to get some light to go through it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try my Lume Cube and see how light passes through it. And actually looks really good with light passing through it. If we turn up the intensity, this is dope. So yeah, I really like these smoke symbols. I don't know if anybody else does it or not, but I really do. I like that it adds that little bit of extra flair. But you know, Batman may need to escape in his older age. And last but not least, we are going to go over the cape swapping. So we can just easily pop this off because it's magnetized, and we can remove our non-wired cape, and we can talk about our wired cape. So we're going to place it over, and then place our magnet head back on with our cowl, and then we can have our cape literally flow out. Now this is kind of crazy, you know what I mean? Because it's one of those things where I liked wired capes a lot, and I like that the job that was put into this is that it's strong enough to hold itself up. That's why I'm always going to be a fan of wired capes. This looks fantastic. In case you can't see it, let's back it on up. So yeah, it can support its own weight. It can hold up. It'll look phenomenal in photos. And like I said, you have this nice, deep, rich blue. Ooh, almost dropped them. So if you have it, hopefully you try out one Supreme Knight now. So there are now many, and we're gonna go over that when we go over our size comparisons. So let me take a second. Let me swap over some capes so it doesn't look crazy on camera, and let's get started. So let's get to it. All right, guys, now we're up to the size comparisons. But before we jump into the other sizes, I want to do something where I show you the Supreme Knights together looking really cool. So here is our normal release Batman Supreme Knight. This is one that started it all off, looking real cool there. Then we have our PX exclusive. We have him right here. And as you can see, the blues are indeed different. This is a more metallic, lighter blue with a more gold look on it. And last but not least, we have our Shadow Edition. So this is also here. So we now have our Batman and our different designs, all looking really good. Let's actually fold you up. See? I am very happy with having these guys. This has been a fun toy. This has been a very fun toy to have. Now, I want to also show you something that's really cool, because I can take this symbol off, and if I felt like it, I could pop it on the Shadow Edition, because he also has the same gimmick. And now I can have one of my favorite color combinations on a different Batman. So I wanted to make sure I showed you guys that. This has just been fun. It really has. So let's put this back on. Let's take our Batmans and move them out to take a break. And let's get to comparing sizes. Now, let's compare it with a bunch of other Mezco stuff that's been done in the Batman universe. So here up first is Harley Quinn. Then we have our Joker. Make sure he looks really good. I put on a laughing head. I figured it was only right to do so. Then we have Commissioner Gordon. I chose Old Man Gordon. Then we have Deathstroke. We have a really good Bat universe filling out. And the latest release, KG Beast. Now, I actually love this guy a lot. This has been a fun time I've been having. The KG Beast right out on the end. And as you see, all these guys look really good with Batman. They fill out the universe pretty well. And I very much have been enjoying this. So let's move these guys over. And now we're going to compare with some non-Mezco stuff to see how this guy sizes out with other people and make them look. So first thing, let's do a McFarlane Azrael. So here we are with McFarlane Azrael. This stuff is actually, it's a lot bigger, but it looks really good actually with Batman from Mezco. Here we are with a Mythic Legions. And then let's do a NECA Predator, right? So I've covered all the big guys first this time around, but at some point, Batman looked good fighting all of these dudes. So I'm okay with that because, you know, Batman usually does. Let's get these guys out of the way. Next up, we're going to do a G.I. Joe Beachhead. So here we are with Beachhead. Here we are with a Storm Collectibles Scorpion. We have a Marvel Legends Captain America. This is our next set. Batman actually fills out really well with these guys too. Looks like we may have found a good place. Here we are with a Lightning Collection Green Ranger. Then we have an SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Cougar, who is going to be definitely on the smaller side. He's going to look like a child next to him. Then we have an Articulated Icons. I'm sorry. We have, I said Articulated Icons. I have it next. But here's a 1000 Toyz Synthetic Human and an Articulated Icons Ninja. Here we go. We're going to do our last batch. And this is going to be what I call a bonus just because in case you bought a ton of ninjas, the Gold Skull Ninjas, I'm going to put these guys next to each other because Batman can fight a bunch of ninjas. So these guys look good together too. In the meantime, guys, I hope that you've truly enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed the photos at the end. Thank you to Mezco for letting me review this. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And as always, please be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later. Bye.